They called it Project Echelon, humanity's most ambitious attempt to train an apex predator species for peacekeeping on alien worlds. The subjects were Variks, six-limbed wolf-like beings from the storm jungles of Kethra Prime, strong enough to tear armored drones apart, intelligent enough to learn commands. But none had ever truly bonded with a human. Until Unit 7, or as the handlers called him, Ghost. He was the smallest of his litter, lean, white-furred, with eyes like twin shards of mercury. While his brothers bit, he listened. While they snarled, he watched. And when the first human stepped into the training ring, he tilted his head and wagged his tail once, curious instead of cruel. That human was Dr. Aaron Vale. Beginning, the last chance of Project Echelon. Dr. Vale wasn't a soldier. He was a behavioral xenologist, a man who had spent his life trying to prove that empathy could bridge evolution. His colleagues mocked him for it. You can't pet a monster into obedience, they said. But when the military was about to terminate the Variks program after 5 trainer deaths, Aaron volunteered. Give me the last one, he told the board. If I can't reach him, shut it down. The approval came with one warning. Ghost is dangerous. He doesn't fear humans. The first meeting proved it. Aaron entered the steel enclosure with nothing but a wrist monitor and calm breathing. Ghost prowled in circles, claws clicking. The beast's nostrils flared, tasting his scent. Hello, Aaron said softly. Ghost tilted his head again. Then, instead of lunging, he sat, eyes unblinking, studying him like a puzzle. That day, no one died. Within a week, Ghost was responding to gestures. Within a month, to tone. Within 3, he was pacing beside Aaron like a bodyguard, his silver eyes tracking every movement. The base staff began to whisper. Maybe the project would survive after all. Middle, the bond. Aaron refused to use pain collars or shock whips. Instead, he spoke to Ghost like a person. When the creature hesitated, Aaron encouraged. When Ghost succeeded, Aaron smiled, a simple expression that, over time, made the beast's tail flick with pride. He's not just mimicking behavior, Aaron explained in his logs. He's learning approval. The Variks crave structure, hierarchy. They measure worth through acknowledgement. Under Aaron's care, Ghost learned restraint. He could pull a transport crate without crushing it. He could lift Aaron's fragile hand in his claws without breaking skin. Sometimes, Aaron would read aloud, poetry, old Terran verses that spoke of storms and solitude. Ghost would curl nearby, tail swishing softly, eyes half closed. Do you even understand any of this? Aaron once murmured. Ghost rumbled low in his chest, a sound that was neither growl nor purr. Maybe he did. But the military didn't share Aaron's sentiment. They saw numbers, not progress. Middle conflict, the colonel's order. Colonel Hadron, head of the base, demanded proof that Ghost could be controlled in live combat. We don't train pets, he said coldly. We build assets. Against Aaron's protests, the test was scheduled. The simulation ring flooded with drones emitting sonic pulses and flashes, enough to enrage any Variks. Ghost snarled, snapping at the air. Easy, Aaron shouted from the observation deck. Ghost, look at me. The creature froze mid-lunge, silver eyes locking on his trainer. Then, slowly, he backed down, chest heaving. The drones powered down. Applause echoed through the glass chamber. Even the colonel seemed impressed. But one man wasn't, Sergeant Rusk, the secondary handler assigned to discipline reinforcement. Too soft, Rusk muttered. Animals respect fear, not bedtime stories. Aaron glared at him. You strike him, you undo months of progress. Rusk smirked. Then maybe your progress ain't real. The breaking point. Aaron was called to a conference 2 sectors away for 2 days. Rusk was left in charge. When Aaron returned, alarms were blaring. The training dome was sealed off. Medics ran past him, faces pale. He forced his way inside and froze. Blood splattered the steel. Rusk lay motionless, neck twisted at an impossible angle. His shock baton cracked in half beside him. And in the corner, Ghost sat motionless, trembling, claws dripping red. When Aaron entered, the creature's ears perked up. He let out a low, broken whine, the same sound he made when he'd failed a command during early training. "Ghost," Aaron whispered. "What did you do?" The cameras told the story. Rusk had beaten him repeatedly after forcing him to attack restraint drones that emitted distress cries, something Aaron had banned. Ghost endured it until Rusk struck him across the face with a baton. Then the restraint snapped. 3 seconds. That's all it took for Ghost to kill him. But afterward, he hadn't run. He hadn't attacked anyone else. He dragged Rusk's body to the wall and sat beside it, waiting. Waiting for Aaron. The confrontation. They wanted to euthanize Ghost immediately. Aaron fought it. He reacted to torture. Aaron argued before the tribunal. He didn't lose control. He stopped when the threat ended. Colonel Hadron slammed a hand on the table. "He killed a human, Doctor. That's control to you." Aaron met his eyes. "Yes." Because he could have killed everyone else in that room. He didn't. It didn't matter. The order was signed. Ghost was to be terminated at dawn. That night, Aaron walked to the containment dome. The guards let him through, the condemned trainer visiting his creation one last time. Ghost rose when he saw him. His tail thumped weakly, hopeful. Aaron approached slowly, tears already burning his eyes. "They think you're a monster," he said softly. "Maybe they're right. Maybe I was foolish to believe in you." Ghost tilted his head, confused by the sadness in his voice. Then, when Aaron knelt, the beast did something no one had ever taught him to do. He lowered his massive head against Aaron's shoulder, a silent plea. Aaron buried his fingers in the thick, white fur. "You didn't fail me," he whispered. "You just proved how much better you are than us." Ghost gave a low whine, pressing closer. His heart thudded steady beneath Aaron's hands. The escape. When morning came, Ghost's cell was empty. The official report blamed a containment failure, doors left open during system reset. Colonel Hadron ordered a planet-wide alert. But what the cameras didn't record was the human figure walking beside the massive creature through the service tunnels, cloaked in darkness and stormlight. Aaron had made his choice. He knew the program would never see Ghost as anything but a weapon. So he led him away, through ice fields and into the wastelands beyond the dome. For days, they moved by night, sleeping under shattered satellites and whispering generators. Aaron fed Ghost from his own rations, patched wounds with trembling hands. When the first search drones flew overhead, Ghost growled softly, shielding him with his body. "I told you to stay gentle," Aaron murmured. Ghost's only answer was a low rumble, not of defiance, but promise. The middle climax, humanity's hunt. 2 weeks later, the soldiers found them. They came with stun cannons and tranquilizers, voices echoing through the canyon. "Dr. Vale, step away from the creature." Aaron stood before Ghost, spreading his arms. "He's not a creature. He's alive. He's thinking." The colonel's voice boomed from the loudspeaker. "Step aside, or you'll die with it." Ghost's hackles rose, claws digging into the snow. Aaron turned, meeting his gaze. "Don't," he whispered. "Not them. Not again."